Hi, this is Kendra from Pencil and Pigment, and today we're going to make another Duotone watercolor. Now, a lot of companies have their own convenience mixtures, and the one we're going to create a dupe for today would be the Roman Smalls Misty Morning. I've been talking about the color blue all week, so I thought it would be fun to do one with a blue, and this is Cobalt Teal Blue from Daniel Smith. And this is Quinacridone Coral from Daniel Smith. Now, you don't have to use these two specific colors, but I would say out of all brands and hues within these two ranges, that these are the most granulating. Now, if you're wondering what a granulating watercolor is, it just means that the pigment particles clump together rather than settling evenly on the painting surface. So some people really don't care for granulating watercolors because they don't like that effect. Hi, meet my cat Magpie. And some people really do. I think that the added texture of granulating watercolors is a really cool effect that you can use for a wide variety of painting ideas. And since as of recording this, it is November 19th. This would make a really cool gift idea for the coming holiday if you celebrate, or for birthdays if you celebrate. So let me show you what those look like. So I just have a plate here because I wanted you to sort of be able to see it large. And here are the two colors. And I realized I did not get any water, so let me get some water. Okay. Sorry about that. I would start the video all over, but I've been getting requests in my email from folks who really want to see my cats. So if I started this video all over, you wouldn't be able to see our cat being silly and trying to help me like she thinks she is. So a couple alternatives to these two colors you could use. Again, they won't be quite as granulating. It'll be more subtle. Let's see. I wrote down a couple that would work. So White Nights Turquoise. You could use quinacridone red or cherry red quinacridone, and those would also work with making this mixture. So when I add water to this, you can see how bright and beautiful that is. So we are making a dupe. Why are we making a dupe to something you can buy in a tube that's already created for us? Because the one that is a convenience mixture is not Lightfast. So if you want to give an original piece of art to someone and you don't know if they're going to hang it near a window and you want it to last, Lightfast colors are the way to go. Also, with some of those convenience duotone sort of color combined convenience mixtures, they really separate in a tube, so you have to work real hard to get those to come back together to get the original effect, and that could be kind of disappointing. So you can see this beautiful sort of purple, but you can see the blue in there, that cobalt teal, and you can see my quinacridone coral. And the particle sizes of these two are huge. And I was thinking, you know, if you wanted to get into watercolor and if you didn't have a huge breadth of practice, you could just do a wash of water and then do a huge wash of this paint and cover a sheet of watercolor paper, let that dry, and then you could take a permanent black pen like the Sakura Micron and write somebody's favorite poem over it, or you could fold it in half and insert some pages of paper and staple it and create a little notebook. There's other things you can do without having a huge amount of watercolor practice. Now I want to show you why these two are such a cool combination, because they pull apart. I have another video where I created one of these, and that one acted the same way with the blue and the brown. They pull apart. So here is a blue and a red. Isn't that just wild? I think that's so incredibly beautiful. So let's paint something. Now I can lay down a layer of water first. Just know that the more you sort of try and work the paint in and mess with the paint, the more it'll blend. So if you want to keep it as granulated as possible, you try not to work it too much with blending. So I am just laying down a layer of wet, and I am just doing a very basic sort of portrait. And I am just going to touch the pigment to the water. You can see it sort of divide out. Here is a face. And look at my color now. The longer you leave it sitting, the more it pulls apart and you have to remix and blend. So let's do some hair without doing any wet first. There's maybe an ear or something. And there are real simple, you could do a silhouette of anything as simple shapes for watercolors, and you could cut little tiny gift tag cards for Christmas presents if you wanted to, using something like this. If you did a light wash and then stuck a Christmas photo on top of it, that would be beautiful. Here is sort of my portrait. We need a little bit of a eyebrow situation. But this is just a quick, 5-minute watercolor doodle. But there's all kinds of different things you can do with this paint. And just add, maybe there's birds flying out of her hair or something. Maybe she has freckles. But you can really see the blue and the red pull apart. Look at my plate. It's really, every time I go to blend them together to create that sort of periwinkle color, they start to pull because of how granulating. The particle size is just much larger and they just don't want to stay together. So you can create really cool effects. This makes really, really cool texture. If you're painting something like stones or columns or trees of leaves and the sun is hitting and you have a sunset going down and you want to denote really interesting textures, this would work. This would look beautiful. Ocean waves with the sun hitting. This teal and this coral look phenomenal. And again, this is a dupe for the White Nights. I'm sorry, the Roman Small Misty Morning. So, and this one is been tested and it is Lightfast. So I would recommend this as a gift, as original art, as a card, something like that. It would be a lot of fun. I hope this helped. I hope this gave you a couple holiday gift ideas. And I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you all later. Bye.